What is up, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. Coming at you with another upload and yet again another perfume experience, and continuing with the artisanal perfume theme of things and my latest haul from Ensar Oud. I got today for you guys Royale Oud, and with respect to what we're looking at here packaging wise, so this is what it arrives in. So again, the nice black velvet packaging from Ensar, or fall velvet to be precise, with the new Ensar Oud logo. And on the inside you got Royale Oud, or Oud Royal, is it? Oud Royale. Oud Royale, my bad. So this is what it looks like, and I went for the 15 mil again because yours truly likes variety. I'm a bit of a commitment phobe, so yeah. So here's what we're looking at in terms of the 15 mil bottle, and let me focus you guys. So this is the front, as you can see. Side profile, the bottom, top of the cap, the inside, as well as the sprayer, if I can get the camera to focus. The sprayer, here we go. And interestingly with this, so I was one of the lucky people that managed to get a little bit of the Mongolian musk twirl in there. So I'll do my best for you guys to see if you can get it. It's quite huge, to be honest, even for the 15 mil. So it's right there. I just don't think I have enough light crossing through the juice because it's fairly heavy, but let me see if, how about this way? This is, okay, here you go. The sun is coming behind the clouds a bit. Let's see if we can. So, I mean, okay. I mean, all right, I don't think it's gonna show, but it's a huge piece in there. Even for the 15 mil bottle, I was surprised by how big it is. So my understanding is that, reading the description on the website, is that these are limited, so not all the Oud Royale perfume bottles are gonna come with this. So it's basically first come, first serve, and as quantities last. And the idea is that with time, this makes your perfume smell more potent, okay? So yeah, so I was lucky enough to get a piece of those in here, a massive piece. Yeah, with respect to what is in this, so we've got Oud Royale, we've got Mongolian musk, SQ ambergris, and amber. So it's a very, I don't want to say simple formulation, but more or less it is. 4 ingredients from what I could gather from the Ensar Oud website, and just, you know, the Oud. Oh, and there's rose in here too. My bad. So there's the Oud Royale and the rose that are from the 70s and 80s. So the rose, and here's from the 70s, and the Oud is from the 80s. And basically it's meant to be an Oud rose perfume, which is a very traditional and typical combination for Oud rose. And yeah, so this is the 15 mil Oud Royale, and I really wanted you guys to see that piece of Mongolian musk in there, because, like, from the sack, because that stuff is massive, the piece they have here, but the juice is so dark. I mean, I can't really I can't show it to you, unfortunately, but it's in there. Trust. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna spray this on. I did wear it for the first time yesterday, and I ain't gonna lie, I wasn't too fond of it. But then again, with this one, even though it doesn't have much in terms of notes, it is one of those scents that, again, is a bit complex, and it takes my nose some time to pick on the notes and the subtlety of things within it. So with this one, I believe I'm gonna need more time to really appreciate it, kind of like what happened with the private blend. So here we go. I'm gonna go ahead and spray this in front of you guys, and here we go. So if you can tell here, look at how dark the juice is. It is thick, thick. Okay. So I'm gonna let this air for a moment here, and while it does that, as is tradition on this channel, I'm having some cafe. Organic, fair trade, light roast, always. Okay, so, all right, so, wow. Okay, see, this is why these scents, sometimes you just need a few more sniffs. Okay, so you're definitely getting that Mongolian musk animalic, but it's not obnoxious. It's very intriguing. It kind of reminds me of the civet in a way, which I find is very creamy, very smooth, powdery. I'm getting that vibe here with this. Okay, and I'm getting this medicinal bitter bite of the oud, and the only reason I recognize it is because a lot of the samples that I get from Ensar oud, the oud tend to have this herbaceous medicinal bite to it that kind of, along with the musk sometimes, will get me salivating at the top side of my mouth. So I'm getting that same effect here. It has a very, oddly enough, smoky, chocolatey, truffly vibe to it, but it's not too intense. It's very subtle. There is a bit of sparkle in there, which I'm gonna say is probably the function of the ambergris. It does have an ambery touch to it, so it has this kind of warm, smooth, soothing feel to it, which is typical of amber. Now, I'm struggling with picking on the rose, to be honest. So the rose is 1978, I think, is meant to be, and it's an SQ rose. Uh, and it's supposed to have this lemony, tangy sort of feel to it, and that's coming off of the Ensar oud descriptive on the website. And I'll be honest, I'm not picking on that at all. Okay, I'm gonna give it one more sniff. Yeah, I'm not picking on rose, but then again, a lot of the rose I'm accustomed to is kind of like a Turkish rose or damask rose, and these roses tend to be really, really strong. Meanwhile, if my understanding is correct, a lot of the SQ roses tend to have Taifi rose in it, which while it's very pleasant, it kind of tends to be toned down from my own experience. So it could be possible that that is the case here, and I'm not picking on it. I am honestly, I that for me, even though this is supposed to be an oud perfume, the star here is the musk. I am loving Mongolian musk. I've never smelt it before. Uh, Maybe it was the private blend. I think is Tibetan, Tonka, and maybe Mongolian. I or Siberian. I don't remember, but this kind of musk on its own. There's something about this that's very lotiony, almost in a scent. It has this lotion-like scent quality to it and feel to it. And this is why earlier on when I said the musk here reminds me a lot of civet, because civet tends to have this skin feel, lotion feel, creamy touch to it, and I'm getting quite a bit of this here. You know, I am, and this could be just me trying really hard here, getting a hint of rose just in the initial sniff, but it's just so subtle. It's subtle that it's not it's not to the point where you can really pick on it. Okay, I'm gonna grab some coffee to kind of neutralize my nose, my palate. Let's try this again. Yeah, I can't pick on the rose for the most part, but the musk in here, the oud is here is fantastic. The good thing I like about this is that even though the oud is aged, you don't get this sort of antique sort of vibe to it, which I'll be honest, I'm not a fan of. Like the problem with a lot of these old aged um, ouds or Mysore sandals or even musks is that I don't know what it is, but maybe they collect dust with time, and then when they get distilled, you're distilling them with that dust, and you get this sort of dusty quality to the scent. I'm not a fan of that. I'd rather have my scents without the scent of dust. Like if it's aged like wine or cheese or I don't know what else, or like a dry aged meat. I want the smell of the aged item minus the dust. Okay, so this is why on dry aged meat, before it's served, the pellicles are cut off because there's rot on the outside and there's bacteria, right? And you're not gonna eat that. It helps serve in flavoring the meat and tenderizing it, but when it's on the outside, you need to take it off. And if it touches the meat or the meat oxidizes, you ruin the aging process and you don't eat it. So I find with aged ingredients, you need, I think, for perfumers to make sure that they get the concentrated essence of the aged ingredient minus the funk, if you know what I mean. Like I've explained with the pellicles for dry aged steaks or meat. Yeah, so this one is nice. It's not like how should I put it? I find actually for my preference, Musk Yusuf or Tibetan Musk to be more complex than this. This for me seems a bit simplistic. It's enjoyable, but relative speaking to those like Musk Yusuf and Tibetan Musk, I I like these two more from a preferential standpoint. And like I said, I need some more time with this, so maybe with time I'll understand it more. Again, some of these scents you need to be patient with, and trust me, I'm trying my best because sometimes you're just like super excited and you want to get into it, and you want to sort of quick return on your investment. especially for the amount of money you spend. But with some of these, you really do need to be patient. You need to sort of meditate and marinate on it, if you will. Um, like it's nice. I like it. I don't know if I'm at a stage where I can say I love it, but I do like it. And I'm gonna be wearing it quite a bit, and I'm hoping that with time, this piece of Mongolian musk, I don't know what it is. If it's like you like a deep sort of cut out of the actual musk sack or just the outer shell, whatever it is supposed to macerate in there and enhance the perfume over time. So we'll see. I mean, I can do an update on this and let you guys know down the road how this is going. Again, in terms of performance, this for me, again, with my own skin, is a skin scent. So when it comes to projection, trail, and silage, you're gonna have to have people within your close proximity for them to really get to experience it and enjoy it. And this is, I'm really, really liking the musk here. The oud, I like it, but for me, it's the musk. Wow. Yeah, and the oud is actually, I find that the musk is more on the front and the oud is on the back end. So initially you pick the musk, and then right after that the oud comes in. So it's very interesting. Even though this is marketed as an oud-centric scent, I think it might be a musk-centric scent. Again, not an expert here, just sharing my experience. Yeah, this is, wow, okay. Now that it's sitting longer on my skin, and wow, look at this. Look at just the residue. See, the sun has come in. So right there, do you see that color? That color right there. That's how thick it is. It's very resinous. This is really, really good. And again, with Ensar Oud, in typical tradition, I will say that these are for meditating, relaxing purposes. You can definitely wear this on a suit. You can easily pull it. The good thing about the Mongolian musk in here, it's not offensive. There is a very, 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 very small touch of animalic in there, but it goes away quickly, and you really have to dig out for it to be able to pick on it. But otherwise, it's fantastic. Would I recommend this? If you're looking for an oud rose, traditional oud rose perfume that is aged both for the oud and the rose, yes, go for it. And it's just, again, the Mongolian musk, the animalic facets are very toned down, but it is a very beautiful musk. There's a lotiony, creamy, soothing skin scent quality to it. The oud here is kind of like a lot of the Ensar ouds. It's very bitter, medicinal, but the bitterness is very little. It's not that much. It's just enough to make it good. Medicinal, herbaceous. You're getting a bit of this jungle vibe to it. It has a bit of a chocolatey, truffly, creamy feel to it. There's also a very, very, very small mentholy quality to it. So it's like there's menthol in there. So yeah, overall it's good. With time, I'm gonna see if it's gonna become one of my top Ensar ouds. Like I said, compared to, let's say, Tibetan musk or Musk Yusuf, which both I have, I think it would take third place. I'm just kind of still working through it and processing the notes. But that is it for Oud Royale. Just before I wrap up, you guys, like I said earlier, I think in one of my previous videos, is that My initial package got stopped when it came to delivery by customs, and Ensar was, gracious enough, in particular Adam, to recall the package and resend me a brand new one. So for that, Ensar, in particular Adam, thank you. However, because I was not sure about receiving my package, I never did pull the trigger on Kinam Rouge. And reading the description of it, it looked like something I really wanted, and now it's gone. It looks like it's sold out off of the Ensar website. So if any of you have obtained a bottle of Kinam Rouge, please let me know what your experience has been like with it. I would be very, very curious to find out what it's like in terms of a scent, because I read the description and it seemed for me amazing. But yeah, I kind of missed out on that one, and yeah, next time, just, I guess I'm gonna risk it, pull the trigger, get a bottle, and deal with the delivery later. But yeah, please, if you have obtained a bottle of Kinam Rouge, let me know down in the comments what your experience with it has been, and yeah, I'd really appreciate that. All right, so without further ado, I'm gonna wrap it up here, and this is it for this upload. Again, as per usual, really appreciate your time and attention. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.